Hello, and welcome to the Wasteland podcast. I'm your host, Shane, and I'm joined today with my co-host, Tyler.
Hello, Shane. Welcome back.
Fuck! I forgot to bring the...
What?
Lord Shane, like the document.
Oh, fuck you. Shut up. Shane's been going on all day about how he's a lord.
I am.
And I'm not calling him. I'm not going to call you that. I don't care.
Dude, I got...
Look, forget it. Move on. First things first, we have to address the elephant in the room that you weren't here last week.
Let me explain
And we had to
how
take-
I'm a lord.
And we took a week off. We took a week off the podcast. No one was here. No one got to listen.
So basically for my birthday, 7th grade,
Okay.
there's this thing you can buy where your name is basically, you gain a lordship.
If you take a picture of it and send it to me, I'll put it in the podcast.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay.
You might have to remind me. But so I was like, dude, I fucking want this because then I'll have, like, people will call me Lord. And that's, like, the best thing ever, right?
Yeah.
And I could, like, write it on all my papers and shit. Because I could write it on, like, legal documents as well.
Yeah.
Since it is technically, like, a legal name. So with this, like, it comes in this super nice envelope. Straight from England. It's got all these documents and shit. Shows you the land. I have 5 square feet of land in England on this estate, which makes me a lord.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It's awesome. You cannot tell me right now that that's not the coolest thing you've ever heard.
It is kind of cool, but it is also very dumb.
Dude, I was so stoked. And now I have that for the rest of my life.
Good. Cool.
So, like, in 7th grade, I got that and immediately on all my school papers. I wrote, Lord Shane Miller. And my teacher's like, you're not a fucking lord. I'm like,
Yes.
eat this.
Yeah.
Suck on my dick. Get
All
off
right.
of me.
All right. So, do you want to talk about being in trouble?
I was in trouble, guys.
Do you want to say why? You don't have to.
Yeah.
Though
I'll say
last week, Kristen talked all about being in rehab. So
Yeah.
you're not the only one.
I mean, everyone knows anyway. Val, like, screamed it out.
no one knows. Calm down. But they're about to, unless they don't watch, which they probably don't.
I think everyone that watches knows, but
It's kind of obvious.
yeah. So someone told on me.
Yeah.
Went to my parents and told them that I've been smoking marijuana and cigarettes and drinking.
Mm.
And my parents were like, "Hey, that's kind of bad." And I was like, okay. Like, I see how you can see that's bad.
I understand where you're coming from.
But also, I'm at this like, rebellious teen where I don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
So I couldn't care less about, my health or whatever.
So, you should care about your health a little bit.
That's for later. That's for later me to worry about.
But I will say, not that this is okay, but I know a lot of people who've smoked since like high school and they're fine. But
well, it's been proven.
But it is dangerous.
It's okay. It's not good because you can get horribly addicted to it.
Yes.
But
Do you feel addicted?
I don't. I feel like so when I stopped.
Yeah.
You go through withdrawals. Because I smoked for a while. But then, like, after that, it's fine.
Yeah. Are you already past that?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So, well, they only last
I've never
for, like...
smoked cigarette. Like, I've only smoked, like, a cigar, like, one time. I've never, like, smoked cigarettes, really. So, I don't know anything about it.
So, like, the one... You, like, go through it for, like, a week or two, and then you're done. And then you might, like, get cravings for it every once in a while. But I feel like it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Just quitting it like that.
Well, I will say, whenever like people smoking around me, I'm like, like, because my stepdad would always smoke when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And so I was just secondhand smoking for like my entire childhood. So when people smoke, I'm always like, oh, that smells so good. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And then I just kind of don't smoke. So I just kind of like, nope, but I don't want to do it.
That's really funny, though.
I actually, yeah. I just don't like when it's on my clothes, though. The smell when it's on my clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. Which is another reason why I'm like, nah, I just never wanted to get into it.
I do really like. Other people say like cigarette smoke is like smells awful, but
Yeah.
I think it's tasty. I think it
Now-
smells so good.
What do you think about the fact that people can just vape now, and it's like flavored? You can just buy like bubblegum flavored.
Well, I use
vapes shit, and then
I vaped for a while as well.
yeah.
I started vaping.
Do you think it's more attractive?
I
Like not like you would date someone who vapes, but you think like vaping is like more appealing than smoking cigarettes?
I think so, just because of the smell.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are turned off by the smell, and vaping doesn't really make you smell.
Yeah.
Like, I vaped before I smoked, and then I started smoking because I like smoking more than vaping.
Yeah.
But now I'm done. So
Well, you're a changed man now.
I
You're
am
a refined man.
a Christian, good
yeah, you
Christian
accepted
boy.
Jesus back into your life. He's finally back.
We're getting it. We'll get into
We
that
finally
later.
found him. Where was
Well-
Jesus? We finally found him.
He was never here. Okay.
Okay.
We should talk about that later. That's funny.
Yeah,
So,
maybe sometime, but
so I was grounded for 2 weeks. That's why I couldn't be here. It blows. Because I'm 17 and my parents are like, still have a hold on me. But like when I'm 18,
yeah.
I think they realize that they can't.
Yeah.
And I've realized this too. Like, man, once I'm 18, like they can't really do anything. Like if I wanted to, I could just move out, and then they would not be able to do. Like they won't be able to ground me.
Yeah.
Especially like.
Yeah, you just don't have
I'm
to
not
do
saying
it.
that I'm definitely not going to move out right when I'm turn 18, nor am I
On your
right out of
birthday.
high school,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I have the money to do that, but I do want to move out within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But even if I'm still living with my parents, I'm still an 18. That they'd have to respect that I'm an adult and they can't really
Yeah.
ground me. And if they do ground me, I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? Okay,
No. After I was already 18, honestly, you don't go to school, so you don't do as much shit to get into trouble, honestly. But I never really got in trouble ever, so I can't really. It's hard to really even say, because it's like you don't do anything bad when you're an adult, really, because you're an adult. You can do it, like especially when you're like 21, you can just do whatever you want.
Right.
And your parents are like, yeah, that seems reasonable.
What?
But whenever like if I ever had like a girl stay over, my mom would literally, and some of my friends have talked about this too, hooking up with your parent living at home. Fix that.
Oops.
And my mom like came downstairs and just like hit me. Like I was sleeping and she just came down and hit me. And I was like, "What?"
I think you told me that.
Yeah. And I was just, and she was like, "Why did you have that girl over?" And I was like, "I don't know. It just sort of happened. Leave me alone." And she told me I can't do that unless I move out.
Right.
And that I actually respect and understand that decision.
I would understand that too.
When you're an adult, it's a lot easier. When your parents say some shit, you're not like, you're not like, this is bullshit. You're just like, I know.
I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's how I was whenever
I just didn't know where else to go. I didn't want to, so.
That's whenever my parents were like, okay, so like you're gonna be grounded, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You're like,
I didn't fight
You're
it.
like-
I was just like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
But no, so like, I guess if I'm like still living with them, they could like punish me, but I don't think they could ground me because I could just.
I do know. I knew some people here and there will tell me stuff about, not as much now that I'm older, but still living with our parents in our 20s, and they would get like, grounded for reals. Like they wouldn't be allowed to use some of their stuff. And I was like, you're like over 18, dude.
Yeah, you're an adult. Just leave.
I'm like, well, how they can't like, and then I'm like, don't you work? So you like bought your phone, for example? And like, yeah, they still took my phone away. I'm like, but you literally own that. They don't own that.
And so the thing about like I'm driving my dad's truck.
Yeah.
But I'm saving up for a car, and once I buy a car,
Yeah.
then they won't be able to take that away. And like, I don't think they would ground me once I turn 18 because they'd respect me, because I'm an adult at that point. I can take on like responsibilities as like credit cards and mortgage, and I can do all this other shit.
Yeah.
Not saying that I could actually get a mortgage, but I legally could. But I could move out. I could go to college. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
They literally told me like once you're 18, like you can do whatever the fuck you want. But since you're 17, we're gonna try and we're gonna ground you so that we can be like reinforce the fact that they don't like that I used to smoke. They don't like that. So like this is bad for you. So I'm gonna ground you. But once you turn 18, like you're on your own, and we won't be there to tell you that these mistakes are bad. And you'll have to figure it out on your own. So you should be like glad.
Honestly, I think that's I think that's smart parenting. Like you gotta let people do what they want to do. They're not gonna listen if you tell them not to do it.
Right.
But I do think it's up to kids. If there's anyone who's like in your age group who listens, or maybe a little bit slightly older, someone who just still basically takes advice from the parents, you can take the advice. You can hear them out.
Yeah,
but ultimately the decision is yours, and you should just try to make decisions that aren't horrible for your life.
Right.
You should try to do some of the right. You don't have to do the right thing all the time, but sometimes you should try to take some responsibility and do the right thing.
They literally have like my best intentions at their
Yeah.
Yeah, they want the best for me. That's why they grounded me to try and reinforce that.
Right.
And they're like just warning me like we're not going to be able to do this when you're older. You're not going to be punished for shit like this.
Yeah.
You're not going to
you can't smoke until you're 21, right? So,
yeah.
Can you smoke but you just can't buy it, or you can't smoke at all? I think I asked.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, because I don't know actually how it works. Like I said, I don't smoke, so I don't even know. I just know you can't drink unless you're 21. So, yeah. And I would say it's not exactly worth it to if you get caught by the police for some random reason, then it's not gonna be good. So that's bad.
So says you can't buy them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Okay,
you just can't buy them.
Well,
but it's illegal for you to smoke it in public.
It's illegal to smoke in public?
For minors to smoke in public.
Oh yeah. Okay,
so you can still smoke them. Like if you're at your house and you smoke a cigarette, like
I don't know, whatever. You'll figure it out. It's your life, man.
Yeah.
Your life, bro.
Yeah.
You wanna? All right, we got that out of the way.
I also put a kid in the trash can.
Yeah, no, we talked about that a lot on the last podcast.
Yeah. Actually, I remember that.
We talked about that a lot. Oh yeah, but you told me why, but they don't know why, because we were just like, why is he bullying some kid? We didn't. So
it's just for fun.
Yeah, if you want to tell us, you can talk. A short story. You can be like a short story.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know, this freshman, we're cool with him. We mess around with him. You're not. We shit on him because he's a freshman.
You're not actually bullying him.
No.
You're just fucking around with him.
We shit on him because he's a freshman. You're fucking horrible and we hate you.
Oh my god.
But we can do that because we're seniors and he's a freshman.
Yeah.
So I just took it a step further and threw him in a trash can.
But
he defended me.
Would you say you guys are actually friends though, or
I
just
wouldn't
a
say,
guy you know?
We're not great friends, but I hang out with him at school sometimes,
right,
and talk to him.
Okay, yeah.
But I wouldn't hang out with him outside of school.
But he has a good sense of who you are, and
yeah. He knows my humor, and he knew that I was just joking. He was he wasn't crying when I threw him in the trash can. He was laughing. He knew it was a joke. And whatever.
That is a staple. Seniors putting freshmen in trash cans.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, it's you could have shoved them in a locker. Gave him a swirly, but you chose trash can, which is probably the best of those three.
The idea flashed through my mind to roll him down the stairs in the trash can.
No, you would have no.
Yeah, but that's a classic as well. I did try to roll him down the hallway, but I just pushed the trash can over and I was started to roll it, but it didn't really work. Yeah, no, he's cool. He defended me. Yeah. Because the principal came and talked to him. I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "No, I knew it was a joke."
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he just said he's cool. Yeah, so cool.
Have you ever been put in a trash can, Tyler?
No.
Were you ever bullied by seniors when you were a freshman?
No.
Okay, so
there was one time where I wanted to sit with my friends and they were sitting with some of the older kids, don't do that. They were sitting with some of the older kids, and I sat down next to him, and this like girl, like, probably like 1 year over, like just like walked over, and she's like, get out of my seat, I'm not taking this shit from you. And I was just like, okay. And she was like screaming at me.
Yes, that's
they're
annoying.
Like, they're like, you're a freshman, and I was just like, I'm sitting, like, my friends can all stay, but you just don't want me to sit here. Like,
Yeah.
I was really singled out, so it was really weird. They're like, go sit alone. And I was just like, no.
That I hate that whenever I tried not to do that.
Yeah.
I
know it's easy not to. I never did it because it was easy not to do it.
Yeah. No, like there's a difference when you're a senior and you pick on freshmen because they're freshmen, but you don't like you do what I do and you just shit on them.
You're giving
and you
them,
make jokes.
Yeah, you can
because
give them
they're
a hard
freshmen.
time, but
yeah, you're supposed to give them a hard time. They're fucking freshmen.
But there's a
there's a line.
Yeah, there's a line. I don't know.
You can't really take it seriously.
But yeah, no, I've never been shoved in a trash can. I think I may have jumped in one of my own will, to be a funny boy, but I can't even remember, honestly. But we can move on from talking about you being in trouble now, because we got that out. We got that out there for the people.
Actually, while we're on the topic, you wanted me to tell you the story about how I brought a knife to school?
Did you get in trouble for it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, tell that story.
So I bought this. My dad bought me this really cool pocket knife when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, it's a pocket knife. They're fucking badass. And I brought it to my friend's house for a sleepover. This was when I was like 9, maybe.
Oh.
Brought it over for a sleepover, and I was like, dude, look at this fucking pocket knife. It's badass, so cool. And I left it in my school backpack. Take it to school. We go to assembly and leave our backpacks in a classroom, and someone's phone starts going off in a backpack, which is weird because we're 9.
Yeah, that is weird.
And the teacher, like, goes to the office and asks for permission to look for the phone. She goes through everyone's bag, which is really weird. At the time,
the fuck?
At the time, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Just let it ring. Who
Right.
cares? It's just a phone.
Right,
What, you gonna answer the phone and be like, well, I have to make sure his mom's not dead? Like, what?
Well, I don't know why, but, like, they were like, okay, and she searched. She went through everyone's bag, which is so weird.
Yeah, no, that
Like,
makes
you
no
could
sense.
get in trouble for that now. And she found the pocket knife, and then I got called down, and they're like, I started bawling. I was so scared I was in trouble, because it was the first time I got into... Oh, no, it's not. I got into trouble for punching a kid in the stomach and making him throw up before.
Good.
But yeah.
So you got in trouble for bringing a knife to school.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Everyone was
awesome.
scared. Everyone was scared of me.
Yeah, they're like, he seems like an incel at 9 years old.
Yeah. I could have just whipped out my knife.
Bringing
and
out
stabbed.
knives.
Alright.
Yeah.
What's up? What's going on? What's going down?
We're
Down
here.
in Tylertown.
We're here, just the two of us this time.
Oh, yeah. We couldn't.
Jeremiah couldn't make it.
Oh, Jared.
I was thinking about promoting him to, take it to a vote. Me, you, and see if we, me and you agree on this decision to promote him to a full-time co-host. And after this performance,
yeah,
I just don't think so. I just
This
don't even want to put it up to a vote anymore, because I feel like
something a guest would do.
I feel like we'd both just say no. Like, I feel like it's so obvious that there's no point in putting it to a vote. So I think Jeremiah's just gonna stay a guest.
Yeah, maybe forever.
I mean, yeah, he may have done like 10 episodes in a row, but now it's like he needs to do 10 more in a row.
Right.
Because I mean,
it's different. I missed 2 weeks, but that's different because I'm a host. I can take time off if I want.
You gotta.
He's a fucking guest. He was personally invited.
Yeah, he's been invited, and he just spit in the face of our invite.
It's an insult.
Oh, you have work?
What?
Whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah, right?
What bullshit.
Bullshit. You might as well just tell us you're fucking sleeping or something. That'd be a better excuse.
Just say you don't want to do it. Don't lie.
Right.
Don't
lie
have
to come
about
up with these crazy lies. Jeez.
How do you feel when people text you? Wait, does this even happen to you? When people are trying to get your attention really badly while you're at work or school, and you're like, leave me the fuck alone?
Yeah, at school all the time.
At school all the time.
They're like, oh, God. I hate it whenever I'm trying to do work and I have, like, my I'm like listening to music.
Yeah.
Someone's like, Shade, la, 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 and like tapping on my shoulders and shit. I turn around and go, what? And they're like, oh my bad, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were like.
Yelled at my
I'm like,
shit.
you're fucking bothering me. I'm in my shit. And then they asked me some trivial question. I'm like, dude, you could have asked someone else. So why did you come to me?
I don't like when people really want my attention desperately while I'm at work. And then, because like, every time I look at my phone, I have to like look. I'm too addicted. I have to look at it. Then I'm like, don't bother me with stupid shit. And then like, you know, if it's like a girl fighting with you, it's just like nonstop. And you're just like, shut up. Shut up. And then when I talk to people when they're at work, I'll be like, oh, get back to me later. And then they just don't get back to me. And I'm like, you fuckers. You fucking assholes.
There's been times where I like help people with homework or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll just be like, okay, I'm done. You're retarded. Figure this out on your own. And I turn around and they keep bothering me and I'm just like, or I'm trying to ignore someone and they know I'm ignoring them.
Yeah.
And they just like, I get so angry. And I probably shouldn't get so angry, but I do.
It's not wrong to get angry, but it's wrong to take that anger out on them. You have to like, you know, check yourself.
Yeah. I've gotten better at that as well. I don't get as angry as I did.
Nice.
I'm like the Hulk.
Yes. All that cigarette, the lack of nicotine is making you angry. You gotta calm down.
The chemicals from the cigarette turned me into the Hulk. It's like gamma radiation.
Yeah. I used to be an angry boy too.
Yeah.
I used to be really angry when I was in high school. I don't even remember why. I don't even know what I was angry about.
So was I. I was just pissed off at like so trivial things, but now I'm like,
yeah. I would just be like, "You are so stupid," and they'd be like, they like didn't put a comma or something.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking idiot.
Well, I've always been like super type B and chill.
Yeah.
But I think I've really mellowed out a lot more. I don't get as angry as I used to. I don't get upset over small things.
Definitely don't.
I think it is just like a fucking...
Yeah, it's just your hormones are normal,
right.
More normal.
They're evening out now.
You're not as upset all the time.
Dude, that sucked.
You're not as...
I'm finally like... when does puberty end? Like 25?
Really? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm reaching the end of it.
You're reaching the end. You see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm so tired of this shit.
Yeah, and you're less...
Although I feel like puberty didn't really hit me too hard. As it like, it wasn't as difficult for me as it probably was for other people.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't even know.
I don't know either.
It just sort of like comes and goes, and you're just like, whoa. Like, you don't know when it's going on.
Yeah, that's...
But then when it's over, you're like, whoa. It's...
I think...
You don't... Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, when I was a freshman, I was like... I don't even know. I would get, like, pissed off and, like, angry about shit.
You just act like a... Yeah, you just act
like
a
a total fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And...
What's like...
Now I'm, like, starting to realize, like, oh, that's why.
It's like, I think when I was 6...
And I'm definitely chilling out a little bit more.
Either 16 or 17 is when I became way more self-aware and conscious of so many things that I just didn't pay attention to at all. When I was, like, a freshman and, like, a sophomore... And I was just like, what the fuck was I doing those 2 years?
Dude.
Like these people, they just saw me last year and they think I'm like that still.
Dude, oh my god.
But I'm a changed man now.
I hate that. I hate my past self for some shit I've done. And now I'm like, okay guys, I'm different. I'm chiller.
Yeah.
Just trust me on this one.
Like, things make sense to me more now.
Yeah.
But
I understand things more clearly. I was just clouded. My brain was fogged up with all this
all this
extra
horniness and rage. You want to fight someone or fuck someone.
Dude, I don't know. I used to be horny all the time.
No, that's
like freshman. Yeah. And now I am not as horny. Not as horny all the time.
Yeah, not all the time. Just some
like
of the
it
time.
used to be constant, like fucking all the time.
I know.
And now I don't go a day without thinking about sex.
One day.
and it's amazing.
I know what you mean. I definitely remember in middle school having this feeling of being like, I'm not like other people. I'm an extreme total sex pervert, and you just like I'm just like the worst of all these people. But then you realize like when you grow out of it, you're like, oh no, actually I'm just normal.
Yeah, I think I am. I've noticed that I'm not as horny all the time. Some of my friends are still very fucking horny, and it's really annoying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it still happens whenever people like they see an opportunity and they try to seize the opportunity, and it's like, dude, we all know what's going on.
I have a couple of friends that like.
You think they're still going through puberty, or?
I'm still going through puberty, or just not as hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because there's adults who are like older than me who I know who are like
horn dogs.
Just when women are around, they become simps. They turn into simps. When they're not around, they're saying like sexist ass shit, being misogynistic. Then when women are around, they're like all over that shit. They're like a changed person all out of nowhere.
Yes, I know that.
And it's just like, shut the fuck up. I have a couple friends like that. And it's like that's why you can't be friends with any women, because you're just two different people. Like, you're not giving them the real deal.
I was probably like that. It's hard not to especially when you're
when you're in middle school, you don't even know what you're doing. You're just like you think you're supposed to do that shit.
Even like freshman, sophomore year, you're like
no, I agree. You think that's what you're supposed to do because you see your peers around you doing similar things and it working. So you're like, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. And in reality, if you're just like nice to someone and they think you're like halfway attractive, then they'll just date you.
Like I finally started to realize that girls are normal people too. In like junior year, I was like, I don't have to simp as hard. Like simp at all.
You don't have to simp at all. You don't have to simp at all, bro.
Like they're normal people.
Yeah.
But some of my friends are simps. Some of them
are incels.
I don't think I have any incel friends, but some of them are still very horny from. I don't think they've gone through this kind of less horniness thing going on. But
this less horniness thing.
It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I get pissed off sometimes because of it.
Do you ever like?
It's all right. I forgive you.
When you're hanging out with your friends and they're like, "So you guys want to watch some pornography together?" And it's like, bruh, you can literally do that whenever you want.
I used to do that.
We tried to do it a few times, and we were just like, all right, I can't even get turned on around you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this for the spectacle at this point. And they're like, do you want to watch a girl pee on a dude? And then he pees on her right after. And I watched it, and I was like, nah, that was gross. I don't want to watch stuff like this.
No,
or like my friend.
That used to be like a staple at like sleepovers. Is just watch porn.
Yeah, when you're like a bunch of horny high school boys or just teenage boys in general. Then my friend was like, "This is like my favorite porn video," and we like watched it, and we're all like, "This is stupid. You're dumb. You have shitty taste.
You have shitty."
And then we like kept making fun of him for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
being
horn dogs.
Yeah, this is how it be. You don't know any better,
And thankfully, I am starting to wean off of that.
Yeah.
Wean.
I need more water.
I'm starting to not do that as much. Get horny all the fucking time, all the time.
All the time.
Which, let me tell you, is fucking fantastic.
Being older, not being a teenager.
Not being horny all the time.
I agree.
Because you can actually think.
I agree.
Think about.
Yeah.
Like, you can think like a normal human
being.
Yeah,
you can be a normal person.
Be normal.
Yeah. You're back to, like, your childlike state again.
Really? For real?
Yeah.
I feel, it's awesome.
You can just watch I watch Sonic. You can just go watch a normal kids movie, and you're not just, like, staring at the female lead the whole time. You can just be like, I'm just watching a movie.
Although when we watch horror movies that have tits, I get really excited when there's tits.
Was there even tits in Hush?
No.
That movie was not. The movie was like weird implications because it was like a girl.
We'll get in. What? We'll explain what Hush is.
Well, Hush is a movie about.
We watched it on Friday. Last Friday.
Yeah. Hush is a movie about a deaf girl who is in like this house, and she's got no connection to like, well, she's got like internet and phone line and whatever, but besides that, she's just kind of chilling in her like house. It's like away. It's like out in the woods. It's like away from everyone because she wants to be.
She's a writer.
Yeah, she's a writer,
So
and
she
she wants
wants
to
to
be
be-
isolated so she can write. And
she's. Did you say that she's deaf?
yeah, she's deaf.
That's a huge plot.
She cannot
Huge plot.
hear, guys. So,
And people people who knew that she was deaf kept like banging on the door trying to get her attention.
it was
I'm like-
weird.
I'm like,
It was weird.
What the fuck?
Every so often, things would happen that didn't make sense to me, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, she's deaf," and I'm like, I kept doing that over and over and over. But
It's like telling a blind person. to
basically,
look at something.
a masked killer guy comes to her house, figures out that she's deaf, and then instead of just killing her right away, which he could have at any point, he decides to drag it out as long as possible.
And make a game out of it.
Yeah, which backfires because obviously the killer doesn't just win. That would be a really dark movie if the killer just won.
That'd be an awesome movie.
But
well, there was a point where I thought he did win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to spoil the movie, but I will say the movie's
It
not
was
like
really good.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was really good. I thought it was, but here's the thing: I thought the ending was really, really predictable, but I didn't think that took away from the experience because the majority of the movie was really like it made you were constantly like, how's she gonna get out of this?
Yeah.
And then she would just do a different way to get out of it. It was just her going through all these different plans and all of them failing, and so
And then
I like
she-
that aspect of it.
Yeah, and then she was finally like, "I'm gonna have to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
That's the only way."
What was why did he bring this up? I don't even remember now. There was no tits in it.
Yeah,
It was
no
not.
tits.
It was not a very horny movie like some horror movies. However, it did have like this weird thing where it was like a girl cowering in fear, being like, "No, no, stay away from me," and this
Yeah.
guy's like hunting her down.
But she
It-
turned out to be very.
A lot of people just have that fantasy. I feel like of
Well,
the strong man pinning down the weak girl.
But she killed him at the end.
Yeah, which she had to. If she didn't kill him, it would have been a really fucked up movie. Especially because he killed some of her friends. So it would have been really fucked up if he just won after that.
Yeah, that'd be whack.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Pretty good.
But
What were we? Yeah.
so, but
Anyway,
Horror
I still
movies-
get excited about tits and movies.
if
It's more of just for the walls, though.
whenever there's tits in a movie, if I don't really care, but if I miss it, then I'm like mad.
Yeah,
And I want to
me
rewind
too.
because I'm like, well, if you're gonna put it in there, then I want to see
I want
it.
to see it. Like Terminator, we had to do that.
Terminator. Yeah, you had
To throw
oh,
up.
Gosh, you didn't even need to see that. A lot of times, I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah.
A lot of thing is that we like if you watch porn and that's where the majority of naked women you see, you're not really getting the normal woman experience.
Yeah.
And when you see like normal naked women, it's not quite like that. And luckily in movies, usually they'll show more of like natural looking people. And I kind of appreciate that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Looking at you, Rose from Titanic. The first boobs I ever saw.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
I didn't see, what were the first boobs I ever saw? I can't even remember.
Pretty sure.
remember.
The first time you try to watch porn, did you just look up sex.com?
No, I didn't.
Or like nakedladies.com?
No. So I used to go on Newgrounds a lot, and there was a lot of like M-rated and A-rated games, like Flash cartoons. But whenever I would see like cartoon tits or cartoon vaginas, I would like horribly freak out.
Why?
Because I was like young. Like, I was like not even like 13 yet. And so like the sight of seeing that stuff would like just gross me out. So, because it just wasn't natural to me. And then whenever I got older, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna look at girls in lingerie because I'm fucking horny, but I don't want to see actual nudity because it grosses me out. So I was in like a weird thing, and then eventually, like, I just like saw a picture of a naked woman, and I was like, oh wait, no, I really like this. And it was just like some random picture on Google, but I had seen naked women before then. I just don't remember where. Sometimes if you were into emulation, or like you would go on like websites for shady stuff, they would just have like porn ads on the side, and they would just be so graphic.
Oh yeah.
And you'd just be like, "What the fuck? I didn't ask for all this."
Some girl completely gaped out.
Yeah.
It's gross.
So,
No.
Or like if you downloaded music illegally, like some of us did back in the day, they would just be like, "Find your fuckmate at fuckmates.com." And it would just be like some girl naked. You'd just be like, "Okay, there you go."
Right. Yeah, I think first time I tried to look up porn, I probably typed in like sex.com or something.
In big boobs. Google image search.
I think I put in sexy naked women.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you if because you were talking about flatbread at work today, so I was gonna ask you if you liked flat women or big titted women.
So,
because I actually know some guys who prefer flat chested women.
I don't have a problem with flat chested women.
Yes.
I don't like huge boobs. I like the small to medium. You know what I'm saying?
Small to medium. Yeah.
I like.
You're a flat as justice kind of guy.
But I like big butts.
I think everyone likes big butts. I feel like no one likes small butts. No offense to anyone with small butts.
Like.
As long as it's got like a good shape to it, doesn't matter really.
I'm trying to think of an example, but I don't want to out myself.
Well, don't name names. But
no, like porn stars.
Oh no, definitely don't do that. Don't do that. It's already bad. They already know. They're already like, oh, Shane watches porn all the time.
But like
smokes weed, watches porn. Bad kid.
So,
but honestly, I don't actually want to say like preferences because I think it's just not a good.
Well, let me just say I don't hate a certain size of tits. Like all tits are great.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
But like I like more of the smaller.
Small, yeah, you are flat guy.
And like not like completely fat, but like
you're flat as justice kind of. I see your side. I see
not like not super flat, but like like in the middle two of them, like so. So there's a scale from small.
We have
to
female
large.
listeners, right? And
yeah,
they're judging you hardcore.
I'm just trying to explain myself. So imagine like
a
spectrum.
Apple. Imagine an apple.
No, I
want two apples.
I was gonna explain it. I'm done. I'm not saying anymore.
All boobs are beautiful.
They really are.
I even like really small ones. I've been with girls with like flat chests. It's really not an issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Butts is where it matters. It's where it's important. So
like I don't think I could see a girl who has like a completely flat chest like a guy.
What do you mean? What?
Like just nothing.
Yeah,
like, just nipples. I could not do that.
I don't think any girl has that though.
Yeah,
it's always an exaggeration. Like whenever people are like, "Oh, flat chest," it's not actually flat. Like
okay,
there's tissue, there's like meat and shit there. That's what makes them feminine. Cinnamon.
What were you talking about before this? Because I was
horror movies.
No.
But I saw Sonic. I want to talk about Sonic.
Okay, I saw Birds of Prey.
Yeah. So basically, you're a feminist, and I hate minorities. Is what I'm trying to say.
What?
Because what's happened is that
dude, I hate when people put too much politics.
Birds of Prey, because it's got a girl character in it, people are saying it's a feminist movie. So anti-feminist people were like, "Fuck that movie." But Sonic,
I hate that.
because Sonic's a video game character, people are like, "This is for gamers," and gamers hate women and minorities. So they were like, "I'm not going to see that movie because it promotes hating women and minorities." And then when Sonic did better in the box office than Birds of Prey did, which to be fair, I didn't even know Birds of Prey was even out until like 2 days after it was. And you were like, "I saw it."
Are you gonna go see it?
I might.
It's pretty good,
but I don't know if any of my friends are even that interested in seeing it. But I might go see it.
It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was really funny. I
didn't know it was R-rated, and that really gives me more interest to go see it for sure.
There was obviously like some stuff about like trying to be feminist, but it really wasn't that heavy on like when you would like
If it fits the context
It
of the
wasn't
story,
like-
then it's fine.
Right. It wasn't like how Brie Larson
It's
and
not like
Captain Marvel.
it's not like how in Endgame all the women line up together. It's just like or only the women are gonna fight this
Yeah,
time.
we're better than men.
That
It was
that
like
weird.
it was just more of like women can be badass too.
I don't mind. I don't mind when a movie shows like men discriminating against women and women have to overcome that adversity. I actually think it's good story writing.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that is fine. It really, I don't even know. I don't even know a bad example off the top of my head. The only thing I don't like is when people say this movie did bad because of the women. And I'm like, no.
Mm.
So like to me, I don't think that the idea that Birds of Prey is a super feminist movie is ridiculous to me.
It's not at all.
Yeah, no, there's no way it is. But also at the same time, the idea that it flopped because men don't want to see movies with women in it. It's like
that's dumb.
I don't think because Harley Quinn as a character I think transcends that anyway.
Yeah,
I think people
Margot Robbie killed it.
I think people are like
she killed it.
Harley Quinn, for a little bit there before the Batman Arkham games, probably she was kind of a low character, like a C-level character. No one really knew about Harley Quinn. Now Harley Quinn's been overblown. DC has like used the fuck out of her. She has her own cartoon show on the DC that's like R-rated too, and like people love Harley Quinn now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was before Suicide Squad came out, but I think it's had more to do with the Arkham games. But now Harley Quinn's like a household name that everyone knows and loves. So the idea that men won't go see a Batman movie because it's got a girl, I don't think that's why they didn't go see it. I didn't even know it came out, for one. But for two, the DC movies are kind of a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Like this is technically a Suicide Squad sequel, so that probably doesn't bode very well for that movie, even though it's probably nothing like Suicide Squad.
It's pretty good.
But I went and saw Sonic because I played a lot of the Sonic games growing up. In fact, I think I've played like all of them until like the Xbox 360 era is when I kind of stopped playing them as much. But as a kid, I played like every fucking Sonic game. So I went and saw it, and as a fan, it was really, really enjoyable. And then as a fan of Jim Carrey, I thought he did really good in that movie too.
That's what I heard.
And so I don't... But one is an R-rated movie. And also, here's the other thing about Suicide Squad. The other thing about Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, it's another superhero movie. And right now, I think superhero fatigue is... Because do you think Black Widow's going to do well? I don't think I'm going to go see Black Widow.
I'm not.
Because and here's the thing, I actually like that character.
I'm kind of tired of superhero movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I like that character, and I like what Marvel's done with her at the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I even like Scarlett Johansson. Like, a lot of people make fun of her all the time. Dude, it's easy to make fun of her because she's the only fucking big female actress, and we see her in every fucking movie. I get sick of her seeing her all the time, too. But I think Black Widow is one of her better characters. I'm probably still not going to go see it. And I probably, you know what? I didn't see Ant-Man or Ant-Man 2 either. I saw those on Netflix, both of them. So I'm probably not going to watch this in theaters.
I'll probably watch Black Widow when it comes to Disney Plus.
Yeah, when it's on Disney Plus, I'll probably watch it too.
Because like all my friends will probably go see it because they're big in this. But like,
no, I'm
getting kind of tired of them. They're like. They're pretty predictable, and
even after
the jokes are the same.
Even after Star Wars Episode 9, I was kind of like, I'm tired of these big like sci-fi superhero action movies. I'm tired of like they're all the same. It's all like just we got to do the big story thing, and there's gonna be a big good guy ending. They're all really predictable. I think it's the reason why Joker was so popular.
Yeah, Joker was just
I think if it wasn't Joker, I think if it was a different character, it probably still, and it was the same style movie, probably still would have been really good, like popular and successful, because it's just a breath of fresh air.
People need to start making like they need to.
Well, it's just like it's like a movie about a guy. It wasn't really about.
Yeah, they need to make more serious movies, not like.
And like he didn't even do
I think they just
like imagine if in that movie he had like a buzzer hand or something, or like a flower that shot out like acid or something, or if he had a gun that shot and said bang. Like that's like the most trademark Joker thing.
Right.
They were like, no, this is completely in the realm of reality. There's no comic book shit in this at all, other than the fact that he dresses like a clown, which a real killer could easily do and have done in real life already anyways. So yeah.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. So, and I mean, so my point is that the reason why Sonic did well is because one, Detective Pikachu did well, and people who saw that probably are like, this is similar. In fact, I think it's actually had a better opening weekend than Detective Pikachu, which is crazy because Sonic is not nearly as popular as Pokemon is.
No.
And also, Detective Pikachu had Ryan Reynolds in it, and
Right.
and everyone's fucking sucking his dick right now. And
yeah, I think they've just milked superhero movies to the point of exhaustion.
Whereas,
Cow is fucking dead, and they're still going at it.
well, the thing is everyone's gonna make them because Marvel keeps making all that monies, and Marvel's not gonna stop after making all that money.
Right.
So
they're not gonna.
But I still like when Guardians 3 comes out. You think I'm gonna not watch it? Of course I'm gonna watch it. But it depends on what they present. If they keep presenting like these like lesser known heroes all the time, I think the superhero fatigue is gonna set in really hardcore. Did Harley Quinn deserve her own movie? I think there's an argument for yes, she did.
Yeah, they're making a movie about.
They're making a new Batman movie too, but
that I'll probably go see that.
yeah,
I like Batman too much not to go see it. But
it depends. If it looks like shit, then I'd probably skip it. But
yeah, I'll wait. I'll definitely wait for the reviews.
I have higher
hopes. If they say it's good, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah.
So I think fuck. They keep making these movies about like C-list heroes.
Yeah.
That aren't really cool.
Yeah.
Instead of doing what
Did
they
you
have.
see Aquaman? Because everyone keeps telling me it's great.
That was right after Justice League, and I was like, no, I don't trust him enough.
I don't. That's got Johnny Depp's wife in it. That she's the girl. And then like everyone was like, and I remember being like, but isn't she like beating the shit out of Johnny Depp? Aren't they like haven't they beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
And then
I thought Johnny Depp beat her.
Well, that's what they said, but more recently, very recently, it's come out that Johnny Depp has recorded video or recorded audio of her saying like, "I apologize for what I did last night." He's like, when you hit me, and she's like, "Yes, I didn't like that, but I feel like I had to because you just ignore me. You go to the other room, so I had to unleash my anger." Like she said something like crazy like that.
After you fucking got physically violent with me, I texted Travis. I said, "Come up here," because I didn't want anything to happen.
I mean, yeah.
You punched me in the fucking thing, and you in the face, and you said, "No, fucking, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about?" And I watched you lie, and then I
didn't punch you. By the way, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
Sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you start physical fights?
You're such a baby!
Because
Grow the fuck up,
Because you
Johnny.
start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out.
And he released that audio. And so it's like, okay, so she beats him. And back then I remember thinking like, I'm like, isn't it controversial to have her in this movie? And now that's come out, it's like, is she gonna be in the sequel? Are the Aquaman movies already fucked up?
Well, it's okay for a woman to be.
Stop. It's not okay. Oh yeah, there was whatever. We'll talk about some other time.
I love Johnny Depp though. If he shot an orphan, I still love him.
Well, he didn't do anything wrong, I don't think. But anyway,
if he was like the worst man in history, I still fucking.
I just married a woman who said that he beat her, but really she beat him.
Like,
but anyway,
literally, he could go into an orphanage and shoot a kid.
I did see
for no reason. I'd be like, God, I fucking.
I went and saw Shazam when it came out.
So did I. I didn't like it. I
thought it was all right, but when I was watching, I was like, this is not the best ever, but this is pretty good for DC.
Yeah.
But they can only get away with that so many more times, and I think Marvel's the same way. When Marvel puts out, like, I liked Doctor Strange when it came out, but for Doctor Strange 2, I'm kind of like, okay, but what's left for this character? I feel like they already explored everything. Like, it's hard for me to care about these characters now.
I actually might go see that because it's going to be, like, more of a horror-ish?
Okay. I could be down with that. Well, yeah.
James,
we haven't seen any of the trailers yet, so. What?
Jack, who?
Huh?
Who does the horror movies? Is it Jack Ryan or James Gunn?
James Gunn He did some horror movies before he did Guardians and stuff.
There's I don't think it's James Gunn.
No, it's not.
There's some director that is on Doctor Strange who was known for making these really fucked up horror movies.
To be fair, a lot of people make horror movies before they make like bigger like licensed movies.
Yeah, but like I think it'd be cool if they did something like that.
But we'll see. Like again, I have to see the trailers for it, but I don't know. Like the superhero fatigue is really real for me. I definitely didn't. I definitely only cared about like Captain America movies because they included all the other characters.
Right.
And Iron Man. If they made like an Iron Man movie today, I would not fucking watch it. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it. I like Spider-Man still, but
I'd go see. I love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's like one of the only guys who can get me to go.
I'm not gonna go see these movies about the backstories of like fucking Falcon. I don't fucking care about Falcon.
Well, that's gonna be on Disney Plus for free. So
yeah, so I'm still not gonna watch it.
I might, but it depends.
But like, they need to do what they've done.
Actually, I might not even watch it.
Yeah, they need to do what they've done and introduce these smaller characters in with the big
guys. Yeah.
Instead of having a whole movie.
I feel like they could have just not had an Ant-Man movie or a Doctor Strange movie. I'm fine with the Doctor Strange movie because I at least enjoyed that one, but they didn't really need an Ant-Man movie.
They need to stop like having.
And then Captain Marvel, they fucking did this shit where at the end of Infinity War they're like, "We're calling Captain Marvel. We're calling Captain Marvel," and it's like, "Oh shit, Captain Marvel's coming. Why do I need to know why?" So you go watch her movie,
and it has nothing about it,
and you're like, "Okay." That was decent, and then you go watch Endgame, and she's barely in the movie, and it's like, did you guys make this movie before you saw Captain Marvel? Like,
right?
I don't wonder why couldn't you write Captain Marvel in the movie more? But then it's because Endgame was not really about fighting Thanos like how Infinity War was. Endgame was like going back through time and stuff. It wasn't really about fighting. Like and like
right away.
And like bringing Captain Marvel to the past would have been pointless because this was like a celebration of the Marvel movie. Endgame was basically just a clip show. It was a huge celebration of all the Marvel movies. Stop making a face at me. And having Captain Marvel there would have been super inappropriate for that because she's not a part of the fucking Marvel universe at that time. So it was kind of weird that they even set her up for Endgame at all.
Yeah, they.
And then when they had her fighting Thanos, it was just pure fan service. It was like meta stuff. It was outside of the realm of the movies. It was fan service to people who wanted to see Captain Marvel, a woman, beat up Thanos, and it had nothing to do with anything involving the rest of the Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. And then like they did that scene where Captain Marvel was like, "I've got a little help," and it was like all the female superheroes, and it was like, yeah, Mantis runs up like, "Yes, Mantis, please protect Captain Marvel, the strongest character in the Marvel universe right now, Captain Marvel, who can probably beat Thanos on her own. Mantis, get on the front lines, protect this woman, please." It was kind of just like, why are you? I don't even know. What were they doing with that character, man?
Right, and like I think they need to realize that not every character needs to have an origin story movie made.
No,
like Falcon didn't.
Hawkeye didn't have one. Yeah, Falcon didn't have one.
Hawkeye's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You don't need to make unless it's a very interesting character, you can just introduce him and be like, this
Black Widow's getting a movie now, but Black Widow's not going to be in any future movies, so it's like, I kind of accept it more. But she didn't need an origin movie.
So they're introducing the Soviet version of...
Yeah. They have a bunch of other Soviet characters, so
that's
yeah.
I hope they never get an origin story. I hope they just show up later.
That's how it should be. Right. Like, the only one I accepted was like Black Panther because he's supposed to like literally rule a kingdom, and that's how
Black Panther.
Yeah, in the comics.
Okay, yeah.
So like,
but like Ant-Man didn't need one.
No. Ant-Man could have been literally introduced in Captain America: Civil War the same way Black Panther and Spider-Man were, and it would have been fine. He didn't need his own movie. So.
But like, Doctor Strange.
He didn't need a movie, but
I think he did.
I still enjoyed his movie.
Yeah, I think he did just because
I really liked his movie a lot.
Different. Well, with Doctor Strange's
He explained his
origin,
powers really, really well.
It explained like the multiverse and like all this magic shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this whole I think it was pretty important.
And that stuff might come up really. That stuff might be really important in future Marvel movies because there's a lot more they can do now thanks to opening up the fourth dimension.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about anything else besides Marvel movies? Because we talk about Marvel movies a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Do you want to get a Wasteland podcast tattoo?
No.
Please?
No, I don't. I really
Me,
fucking
you, and
don't want to do
Jared.
it. Next topic.
Okay. Well, I was just going to be... I want to get a tattoo when I turn 18.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to get. I was thinking of like the Nirvana smile on my arm or something.
Yeah.
Something cool like that. But I don't know. I haven't really thought of anything else. That, and I want to get a piercing.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about that nose or eyebrow piercing. I thought you were done being rebellious teenager. Just joking.
Dude.
Get it on your dick. Get your BP hole.
Or what about my tongue?
No, dick piercing.
Okay. Did you know? Okay, so you know, like the voice you hear whenever you read something in your head.
Yes. This is a big meme now.
Called an inner dialogue.
Yeah.
Some people don't fucking have that.
Yeah. Doesn't that mean they're serial killers or something?
No, I don't.
Or does it just mean they're dumb?
I don't know.
I feel like the idea that people, because they do that in like cartoons and movies, so like they show what the guy's thinking in his head, you know. So, would you quit rubbing your face on the mic
can't.
so much? You're not like a cat.
It feels good. No, that I seriously, I always just thought like everyone had that.
It's literally in like comics. They have like the thought bubbles and everything. It's like I thought everyone had this. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was just like it blew my mind. Apparently, like when they read something, they just see the letters in there, like the words, and it isn't read. That's fucking crazy.
That's weird.
Like they can't.
Did they just now discover this? Did someone just ask enough people till someone said like, "Yeah, I don't have that"?
I don't know.
Because like this blew up as like a big meme.
That blew me away. I was insane. That was insane.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's crazy that there's some people at my school that don't believe in climate change. Fucking bizarre that that's still a thing. That's such a boomer.
It doesn't. The Republicans don't agree with this. They don't agree that it's like against their narrative, so they're gonna.
But like, there's so much evidence.
I know, but
that is you literally can't deny it.
But they'll just go, yeah, well, no. That's what Donald Trump does. He just says it's not real, and people are like, why do you think so? And he's like, because it's not real.
So fucking. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Someone tried to tell me climate change wasn't real. It's like, that's
there was
crazy.
lots of. We definitely there's talks about
nothing spilled.
Doing something for the Earth, but I don't think anything's gonna happen if Trump stays president, which is fucking hilarious because Trump is possibly going to like destroy the Earth ahead of time through climate crisis.
Because doesn't he just repeal everything?
Yeah.
Climate?
No, he literally. We had stuff in place, and he got rid of all of that, and yeah, he's not gonna do anything. He doesn't believe in it, so he doesn't care. And
it's ridiculous.
He literally like every few weeks will tweet about climate change. He's like, well, coldest weather in history ever. Guess global warming's fake. It's like that's not
what climate change is.
It literally that is proof of climate change, Donald Trump.
Right. And climate change is hotter summers and colder winters.
And he'll be like, snow in states that have never seen snow in thousands of years. Guess global warming's a hoax. And it's like, Donald Trump.
Climate change works both ways in that it traps heat, but it also won't let heat get in.
Yeah.
So during the winter, like not as much sunlight will get in and it won't trap it.
Yeah.
So places will get colder. But during the summer, there's a lot of sunlight that gets through.
Yeah.
Longer days and shit, so it gets hotter.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's some of the. They say like some of the states in like way off, like in California and Nevada and stuff, they are like they get so hot that it's unbearable, it's unlivable, it's like too hot out.
Yeah.
You can't go outside. And yeah, that's a problem. But like, we have to basically just reduce our carbon footprint dramatically, and it's not all of us carpooling together. That's not what the big reason why we have this problem is because of like factories. Because the amount of carbon like dioxide they emit is like ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So we just have to stop, and we have and then we can take on like the fossil fuel industry, and we can all have like electric cars or whatever. But like, there's so much that needs to be done, and we're just doing nothing about it.
Because it makes too much money right now.
Yeah, but we had like deals with China that we were going to like do less, and they were going to do less.
But Trump was like, fuck that.
Yeah, and Trump was like, nope. Because he's like, it ain't real, chief. And he's like, Trump's just going to die in like a few years anyway, so he doesn't care.
Right. None of them do.
He's 77.
It's like what Greta...
Yeah, he's 77 right now. Why would he give a shit?
That's why Greta Thunberg's so fucking
yeah,
loud about it, is because you guys are going to be dead when it actually affects us.
Yeah.
We're going to be the ones that has to fix your fucking shit.
And
literally shit on our planet, and we're going to have to be the ones who pick it up.
We're going to get to a point where we can only pick up so much. Like,
shit.
The damage is being done, like...
irreversible.
Like, we're getting to a point where...
when your dog shits on the carpet and it stains.
Yeah. We're getting to a point where...
That's what people are doing to the
once
earth.
we have kids...
The earth is your carpet and the dogs are boomers.
We're gonna get to a point where it's like... should we even have kids? They're just going to die.
Right.
Like, the earth will be unlivable eventually. Like, why are we cheering on our apocalypse like this? So,
fuck.
Yeah, it's not good. You excited to live to see the end of Earth? Like,
honestly, it'll be pretty whack.
Yeah. So
imagine if like reincarnation is real, and then we all die.
Yeah,
and then we come back as like some kind of fucking worm in the ground that survived, and then that evolves into the next people.
You could just keep hoping you die and get reincarnated over and over and over till you get to reincarnate as another person.
Like until there's an evolution stage that reaches a...
Yeah, so...
And then you're like, I've been here before.
So consider this.
Okay, considering.
If reincarnation is real, and we're talking you reincarnate as another human person, where like that way you have like the deja vu effect or whatever.
Okay.
Since you don't have any memories from that past life you used to live, when you die and you're a new person, you won't even know you're alive. So the you are right now is dead. So it literally is the same as dying anyway. So it actually doesn't matter because you will like
not remember.
You're not going to even be alive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like
it'll be your soul.
But like no, but you don't remember.
Right. I'll just be
your previous life.
New person.
Like so,
I just won't even realize that I've done it before.
Yeah, so it's actually the most non-comforting theory about death ever. So it actually doesn't work. You
actually do die.
And while we're on the topic, let me talk about heaven real quick, because the reason why I stopped believing in Christianity was because in like 4th grade, I said something like, "Heaven's impossible. You can't just be happy eternally forever. That's not how it works. There's no forever. There's beginning and ends. Everything begins and ends. There's no forever." And all like the people were like, "What? That's not how it works." But let me tell you something else. If you're in heaven and you're always happy, you do not feel the same human emotions you used to feel. Right? You have to be sad to be a human.
Right.
So when you're in heaven,
you don't know what actual happiness is because you've never felt not it.
So in heaven, whenever you are feeling whatever, you're basically going to have way, way less emotions. And so it's not going to be like you're just going to be in like a natural state. You know what I mean?
Like how they say like you have to have the bad days to really enjoy the good days.
So you're not going to like... Because like if you're in heaven and let's say are you just going to not know what's going on Earth? Because if you're in heaven right now and you can see, they say like, oh, your grandpa's looking down at you. But you're in heaven, are you going to be looking down at like when horrible things happen to your grandchildren? You're going to go, yeah, I'm happy still. Like, that's not how it works. So if you're still happy, that means you're lacking some of your human emotions and connections to humanity. Right. So So the idea that heaven, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Same with
neither.
same with hell. It's like, are you just going to be in a perpetual state of sadness and dread? Because people are like, oh no, they'll torture you in hell.
But you won't have a concept of pain.
Yeah, but it's like
you've never felt anything but pain.
They don't. You won't be a human being tortured. You'll probably just be you. You'll probably just be like a being who only feels pain, and it's like, but like, how can that last eternally? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Nah.
And also the fact that like these places exist in like magical worlds that are imperceivable from human eye, and like we can't interact with it, because they used to say heaven was in the clouds. That's what they used to say. Then when we had like airplanes, like no, we were wrong. It's like up there further
in space.
It's like no, heaven is not a physical place. Heaven is a invisible, spiritual, imaginary. I mean, not imaginary. And that's when the whole thing like really falls apart. I think that's why. I think the modern society and modern age is why so many more people are secular, is just because they kind of just like you're just kind of like what's the word, confronted with the truth. Like you can't just like like you can only really believe in it if you're like really just put blinders on, which some people like are in really bad places, and Christianity and other religions help them, so I'm not going to like shit on all over that, but at the same time it's like come on,
wake up.
This is a bunch of mumbo
Wake up,
jumbo.
sheeple.
This is a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
But
so
no, yeah, so like
that's my rant on the afterlife.
Whenever I stopped going, so I used to go to a youth group.
Yeah.
Called Fusion. So whenever I stopped going to that, because I went there for 3 years, and then I was like, wait, this is all fucking bullshit. It doesn't make sense. So I stopped going. And my parents were like, oh, why? And I was like, I don't like the people there or whatever. Because I didn't want to tell them that I didn't believe in God.
Yeah. Because
they believe in God. And so one of my youth group leaders was like, well, why don't we go talk at lunch? I was like, okay, free lunch, whatever. So when we went to Burger King and ate, and he's like, so why do you feel like this? And I'm like, well, I don't really believe in God. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, well, do you have like a science mind? Do you like a lot of science and stuff? I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't fucking make sense. He's like, I'm the same way. Yeah. And still, like, I have that faith, because you have to have faith.
That's what they all say.
I know. And I'm like, no, I can't have faith in something that's not going to, like...
Right.
You can't... Like, faith only goes so far. And you need something real and tangible to get the full extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to there's literally the reason why they say you have to have faith, because there's already literally, I mean, could you imagine if someone like actually had like a real sign from God that scientists could like prove, like, yep, this one time God actually did speak to us, and we know it's God because of blah blah blah. It would be like a national like thing. It would be on the news.
Everyone would start believing in God.
It would be it'd be ridiculous.
But there's so many different religions.
Right.
Like,
well, that's the thing, and I understand when people like believe in their own concept of God, because they don't accept all the different religions. Because like, first of all, half of them just stole each other's information anyway, and a bunch of them, people just existed without ever knowing these religions, and someone just like, oh, this religion. And like, oh yeah, we'll believe in that one now.
Yeah.
So
like the Greeks.
Yeah.
The Romans.
Yeah.
Like there's Buddhism, Hinduism.
Well, yeah.
All of that different
because
shit.
All these people grew in like cultures for years and years that didn't have all the other religions. So
I literally think that
we have them all now, but we didn't.
I literally think a religion is just a product of the time. Like, people just come up with stuff to cope with what's going on at the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's how Christianity was.
Well, and that makes sense, because could you imagine if you actually had to live in biblical times? Like, your life would. They don't even know what's going to be like later.
There wasn't like
it just. Yeah.
There really wasn't any laws, so they were like, if we all believe in this religion, then there's going to be laws and shit.
I think people who are really like science minded and people who want to like know things would be super religious back then, because there just isn't anything to go off of.
Right.
Like, so
I think Christianity and like Judaism, it's the same thing as Christianity, except you don't believe in Jesus in the New Testament. That was just a product of the time as well.
Yeah.
And then once whatever
happened. Whoever decided to start doing Christianity, they just looked at Judaism and were like, okay, this is part 2 now, and they just went with it.
Yeah.
And then most people forget this part, but Islam is just part 3.
Really?
Yeah, and people are just
It
always
really
like,
is.
no, it ends with Jesus. It's like, no, it doesn't. There's more. And then there's part 4, which is Mormonism. I'm just kidding. Mormonism deletes Islam and says they're the true part 3.
I fucking hate Mormons.
Mormons literally are just like, no, we believe in Jesus, but Native Americans are actually Jews.
I fucking hate that.
And
they're so stupid.
America's the true Holy Land. Which it sounds like something someone would make up.
Oh, I wonder, a product of the time.
Yeah, it sounds like something people could believe back then. Who
that
were like
religion
Americans.
was founded during like the pilgrimage.
Yeah, if you were like
to America,
if you were like there in early America times, it makes sense why you would probably believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But believing it now, it's just
And like because now Christians don't want to associate themselves with Islamists.
No,
even though it's pretty much the same fucking religion.
None of them do, because I know like they all hate each other. But the Christians and Jews kind of get along, I guess. But they hate Muslims.
They do now.
Yeah, they do now. They didn't. World War II, they definitely didn't. People did not give a shit about what was going on with the Jews back then.
Yeah.
So,
but they don't want to like Christian, like they don't want to accept that like
they don't.
Other.
Yeah.
I feel like Christians are the worst at like accepting other people's religions.
You know why nuns wear like what they wear? It's because as a Christian woman, you're supposed to hide. You're supposed to be modest. And it's the same reason why women who are Muslim cover their hair too. It's the same reason. And the Jews have like old dress style too. And Amish people, they do the same thing.
Right.
It's because they're trying to be modest, and so they cover their hair as a part of modesty. Now, in our current society, we think that, you know, women with long hair, we wouldn't say like, oh, that's them like overly sexual, or that's them trying to attract mates or whatever. We kind of just all agree like, oh, they're just kind of doing what makes them happy, what makes them feel good about themselves. We're not like everything's about attracting each other. But like that's the reason why Muslim women do it. It's because they do it for the same reasons why Christian women do it too. It's just they don't look at it that way. So when they see a Muslim woman wearing like the hijab or whatever, they're just like, ugh, those women don't have freedom because they're Muslim. Now I'm gonna go home and listen to my husband exclusively because I'm a good Christian woman. It's really dumb.
No, I think personally, I think Christians are the worst at like pushing their religion on others.
It's because they've dominated for so long. They like own this country basically.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. But like they push their religion on everyone.
Yeah. And
like they have the hardest time accepting that
I think
can believe in whatever they want.
I think normal Christian people don't do that as much.
Yeah.
But I think that when I was younger and I was a Christian, I feel like at church all we did was talk about how we need to get more people to be Christian and how we need to push it on other people. Like, bring your friends.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I don't want to bring my friends.
Yeah, they'd hate this.
Yeah, I don't think they want to. I'm always.
I find this boring as fuck. They would not.
I always felt, well, I liked it a lot actually, but I always felt like really alienated from my friends whenever people talk about religion, because I was like, yeah, they don't believe it and they're not going to. I already know they're not going to. So
I always
So I guess where your location is matters a lot too, because I bet you if you're in the South, it's just full of Christians and everyone's Christian, so you don't care. But when you grow up and you're here and it's like a big mixed bag of everyone, you're like, meh.
Yeah.
You don't have much community outside of your church, basically.
And some people do just go to church for the community.
Yeah. Which is nice.
I never really liked...
If I'm old and single, then I'll probably go to church just to hang out. I'm not going to lie.
I never really liked youth group even when I did believe in God. Because, I just felt like everyone there was just, fake.
I didn't like... I had a friend growing up that we would talk about video games every Sunday at church. And then he stopped believing in God. So I was just, the only guy. And it was just me and these really annoying, church girls. And they both wanted to fuck me. And I'm saying that I was like in 8th grade, so I'm not. They didn't actually want to fuck me, but they both liked me a lot, and I was just sick of them. And there was no one else. It was just me and them. I was like, this is bullshit.
I always felt alienated because
Whereas like my older brother, he would go to like Christian rock concerts with his youth group constantly. The youth leader would take them, and they would all they would go stay in hotels, eat pizza, play video games, go to rock concerts, and I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
But I was like with 2 girls only, and I was like,
nah.
This is bullshit.
I always felt so alienated. Like the other kids were, like felt so fake. They were just trying to get approval from the youth group leader and try to like they were pretty much yes men. But why is Christian music so fucking bad? Like I don't know why you can't make a good song that happens to be about Jesus.
The funny thing is, like, I think when it comes to the actual like hymns, like the old music, that's like ancient. That stuff's great.
Better than what they have now.
That stuff's completely fine, but it's everything that like modern day
Christian rock is shit.
Evanescence, Creed, POD. What the fuck?
What?
Those are all Christian rock bands.
Fucking Christian rap.
Oh no.
Shit.
Oh my, I'm so glad I was too old for that. We were just anti-rap when I was a Christian. So all I got was Christian punk rock and Christian ska. And I was like, I can get down with this. But then when Christian rap, there's no way I could enjoy Christian rap.
No, because people would like
that's too cringy.
They thought it was cool because it's rap.
I know.
But it's Christian and it's bad.
But
so they would play and they'd
rap
be like,
is cool.
This is good.
I mean, I do like the beats a lot of the time, but rap is Christians don't know how to produce beats, okay? But when it comes to rap, the reason why a lot of it's cool is because they're talking in a way that is relatable, and they're like talking about like real shit usually. Not always. Sometimes there's some stupid pop, like Lil Wayne shit. But other times there's some rap
like
where
Snoop
someone's
Dogg.
getting really real.
Snoop
Doggy Dogg.
D-O-double-G.
Yeah. And it's nice to relate to that, when people are talking about Kendrick Lamar and like Tyler the Creator and them, the big guys now, they all do that. They like talk about like shit that you just have to deal with as a human being.
Right.
And it's nice to hear that. Even Kanye West, before he was rapping about God, before he rapped about God, he was rapping about like the way we treat black people in this country and all this stuff like that. And yeah, it was great. But to do that as a Christian, I mean, it's not gonna work. It's just phony. That's so phony.
There's no heart in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so part of it was, I think I did leave Fusion at first because I didn't like the people, and then I was like, wait a second, God's not real. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely not going back.
Yeah.
I talk about this at the bakery all the time when people from my church come in. I'm like, God, I fucking hate it. They try to guilt me into coming back.
I kept going when I decided God wasn't real anymore because I just didn't know, like, I just felt like I had to keep going. And then I stopped going.
Sometimes.
Because I actually got so fed up with it that I just told my parents I wasn't going to do it.
So, like, my parents will still make me go on Easter and Christmas.
Yeah.
Even like I go there and I just like sit, and they like told me to pray, and I'm like, no.
My mom, the last time she made me go, she was like, "So what did you think?" This was like I was still in high school, and I told her I really didn't want to go. I told her like so many times like I don't want to go, and she's like yelling at me like I was getting in real trouble for not going. So I went with her. I was upset the entire time because I didn't want to be there. And then on the way home, she tried to talk to me about it, and I was like, I literally explained to her why I didn't believe in God, and like I literally tried to convince her to stop believing in God.
She's like, "Wow, you made a good point."
No, it didn't go very well. It really went horribly wrong.
Imagine if your entire family just stopped believing in God.
No, it just didn't work. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't even want to, but I feel like she pushed me to where I had to.
Yeah, I always try to avoid that with my parents.
Yeah.
Like,
It was like a fight. We got into a fight. She was not happy. She was really mad. And then whenever like I told her I just didn't believe in God, there's no way I could believe in God anymore. She just was like depressed because her kid didn't believe in God.
I don't ever see myself believing in God again.
It really only works one way. Like you either don't believe and then you believe, or you believe then you don't believe. So it really only goes one way or the other.
Right. Well,
you can't just go back into it.
Like I think my parents know that I don't believe in God. At least my dad does for sure because I've told him. But I always try to avoid religion with my parents because I just don't want to like talk about it with them.
Even
you know what I mean?
even when you're like, even when you do believe, religion doesn't need to absorb your life. Doesn't need to be all you talk about.
Right.
Like, when is religion ever applicable in your everyday life ever? And
Never.
they try to act like it is.
Nope.
But really, you're gonna use your current day morals. You're not gonna use your 1,000-year-old morals. You're gonna use your morals that you've learned from living your life.
Your 1,000-year morals that people manipulate and change and
like
better.
The morals I agree with that were in the Bible were morals I already agreed with when I was a kid.
And I hate it when people are like, when you say you don't believe in God, they're immediately like, "Oh, this kid's bad.
Yeah, this kid.
He must
believe in murder."
Yeah,
like,
he must be a Satanist. Like, I'm like, no, and if heaven's real, why the fuck do you have to believe in Jesus?
Yeah.
Why can't you just live your life as a good person, not kill anybody or steal, just be an honest and true person, and still get the fuck into heaven? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I also.
Yeah, because like then like people like Donald Trump and Bloomberg could just go to hell because what they've done is horrible.
Yeah.
And you know they've literally they're like the most greedy,
no.
awful people. But Bloomberg's like, nope. Bloomberg's actually Jewish, but
well,
I don't know.
Donald Trump believes in Jesus, so he'll
Donald
go
Trump,
to heaven.
yes, Donald Trump's
even
a
though
Christian,
he's a fucking
good Christian boy who
blows my mind.
Who sexually assaults women, who abuses his money and power to gain more power and money. You know, like you're as a Christian, you're not supposed to be overly greedy. You know, he definitely like ruins people's lives to acquire wealth, and now he's ruining the country to acquire wealth. And he knows what he's doing. You could say he's stupid, and he is stupid. But when you lower the taxes on the richest people, so that way the middle class pays more in taxes than they do. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know you're going to make money for your friends. You know what you're doing.
So much ball.
You know you're not like he's not stupid to that degree. Okay.
Right.
He may not be able to read. He may be unintelligent, but but he knows at least that much, okay?
And like
he's not ignorantly evil. He's actually evil.
I hate that, like, with that thought that, like, if you just believe in Jesus, like, I could go fucking kill somebody. I could rape girls. Rape and kill, and then I'd be like, oh, I believe in Jesus, and I'd kill myself and go to heaven. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to kill yourself. I know that much as a Christian.
But if you believe in Jesus, it's okay.
No.
Basically, the whole thing is if you accept Jesus into your heart, you can do whatever the fuck you want. That's what I've been taught.
Yeah. Which is weird. People shouldn't be like that. People need to.
I also hate it when people are like.
I'd rather them. People say like. People literally say like you have to worship God to go to heaven. It's like, you know, I really wish you would just try to adopt some of the ideology that Jesus just lived by. And the whole point is that we're human, so we can't do it perfectly like he supposedly did. But, you know, he was just nice to people. Yeah, he was just a good guy. Can you just be nice to people? You don't have to go to that degree. Right. But you can be your own judge and be like, oh yeah, I will not run over this bum with my car because Jesus wouldn't do that. Right. He would wash his feet. Yeah. I don't wash his feet, but I'll be nice to the guy. Right.
And I also hate it whenever you're like, I don't believe in God, and people are like, so you're an atheist. Like, well, no, I just don't believe in anything.
Yeah.
Which I just hate, like, how everyone
atheism means like, because theism means like you believe in deities. Monotheist is what Christians are. They believe in one God. So an atheist would mean you don't believe in any God.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hate
and like so agnostic is like on the fence. Agnostic basically mean like, I always consider them to be like they're possibly spiritual, but they're looking for something. Yeah. Like an agnostic person is looking for the answers, and they think they're out there. That's because if you don't frame it that way, then like what happens is agnostic people say, well, atheists, they just know for a fact there's no God, and no one can even claim they know for a fact there's no God. So when agnostic people say that, they're actually just atheists. Yeah. But like there are people who are like, they are theistic, but they're not, like, they believe there is God, but they don't think it's necessarily the Christian God. Like they think like, because basically what they're saying is like, well, maybe there's a creator at least, And I can kind of respect that, because what I don't respect is the rules that Christians push on people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't personally believe there is a God. I think we could have easily have been made from the Big Bang.
Yeah.
But like, you see how much more civil the conversation is when you when you don't have all those other rules, and we're just literally talking about how he came to be. Like, because I could easily say, because even when I was a Christian, when people are like, "Well, evolution's not real," I'd be like, "Well, what if God just made evolution?"
Right.
Like, why do you fight against evolution? Even as a Christian, I would say that. I'd be like, well, what if God just made evolution happen?
I hate it whenever people are
so
like,
stupid.
So you believe in the Big Bang? That's not likely. I'm like, so fucking some unlimited powered fucking God randomly made a planet? How
one
is
day
that,
for no reason?
Right. How is that more probable than the Big Bang?
And not only did he do all that great stuff that's in the Bible, but after that, he was like, meh, I'll never communicate with humans ever again. It's like, he's God. He could just, at any point, do anything.
Right. So, like, whenever people act like the Big Bang is so much, like, more unrealistic than God making the planet, I'm like, no, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's both unrealistic. Like, no one fucking knows. So, back to my point about atheism. I hate it. I hate that everyone has to have some kind of religious...
They have to have, like, a label,
religious label. And I don't really want to be called an atheist. I just want to be like, I don't believe in anything.
Yeah, it sucks because it's their way of labeling you as being like, you're a non-believer. It's just their way of shaming you more. The term atheist is more like synonymous with like people shaming them than it is like just being like a classification, because it's just like technically you would be one, but it's like, what is that? But people say like atheists do this, atheists do that. Really, it's just like you just kind of live. You just like don't have religion in your life, but you might have other things in your life that's similar to religion, but
I
wish means you don't follow the Bible, basically.
Right. I wish like you weren't labeled as an atheist. I wish I could just be like, I'm not anything.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in anything.
You just don't believe in a religion.
I don't want to be grouped into something because I'm not the same as other people. I'm different.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why, like, that is why I don't like talking about religion with people, because, like, I don't know what they think whenever I'm like, yeah, I'm an atheist. I'd rather be like, yeah, I like watching movies and playing games. I don't exercise much.
Yeah.
I rather describe myself that way.
Yeah. I always avoid religion because then I'm like, no,
I'd literally rather talk.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about like my political ideology, and I hate talking about politics with people I don't know.
Although, whenever I'm around my Christian friends, I'm always like, God's not real. I just to piss them off.
You're such an asshole.
I know. I literally just do it to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Or like they go to church, and I'm like, why the fuck are you wasting your time at church? God's not even real. Yeah. Or like they invited me to go to this school like religious Christian thing. They're like, anyone can come, and I'm like, I don't believe in God, so I'm not gonna go. And they're like, you don't have to believe in God, and I said, no, I'm not coming.
Like, yeah, but
I
it's
don't
still
believe in God.
it just generally feels like a waste of time.
It literally.
And
I don't like any of the people in that group except for my friends who invited me.
Right. But especially if you like grew up going to church, you haven't heard every story. You don't read. Everyone says when you're kids, everyone says they read the Bible, and literally no one ever in the history of the whole world has ever read the Bible. Literally no one has read the fucking Bible, and they'll say they did. I'm like, yeah, you might have read a section. You did not read the fucking whole fucking book.
Bible.
Bullshit.
Someone claimed to me that their parents read the Bible like 3 times, and I was like,
no. Well, like super mega Christian nerds who are like Christian like philosophers or Christian historians or whatever, and they don't even have to necessarily be Christian to like, study. They'll read it, but like even like hardcore Christians, like I just opened up my Bible, skimmed through a few pages, read something, and it spoke to me. It's like, yeah, that's normal because no one reads the whole fucking thing. That's ridiculous. But everyone as a kid was like, I read the Bible. It's a great story.
Shut the.
I gave it 5 stars out of 5.
There's 100 pages where it just lists everyone's song.
It's like this guy, kids today be like, yeah, I went on Amazon and I rated the Bible 5 out of stars. I left a very thorough review for it, okay? And I loved my product, okay? It's like, shut up. You didn't read that fucking thing. We watched the cartoon movies. We watched VeggieTales. And we fucking... And then, like, the preacher guy, he tells you stories from the Bible. I don't know about you. My preacher would like, yell. He'd get into it.
Yeah.
and I'd be like, as a kid, I
Cringe.
thought that was cool, but
Yeah, but now I'm like,
yeah, now I'd be like, oh,
Cringe.
this is sad because none of this is real.
One time, so we have a Bible camp during the summer, and I was
Yeah.
forced to work it when I stopped believing in God.
Okay.
Stopped believing in God. So I like sit through all like the parts where they're like, if you accept Jesus into your heart, and I'm sitting there like, that's not gonna fucking happen. I wanted to just like whisper to kids, I'm like, God's not real, and just like fucking.
Yeah, but
I didn't do it because I'm not
They
an
would
awful
kill you.
person, but
Yeah.
like that would be so funny if.
they would literally kill you.
Because we'd have like the small groups, and they'd be like, okay, can I say something? You guys are just wasting your fucking
Can we-
money and time here. Like, fuck off. Go home. This is just daycare.
I gotta tell a story. When
We gotta wrap this bitch up.
okay, we will. I have like 5 nephews, and that's only from like one side. But my stepsister has 2 kids, and the older one is the oldest of all my nephews, and he was always pretty chill and cool growing up. He didn't really care about religion much, and we also I'm not gonna talk about it with him anyway. He's a little kid, but the littler nephew, he was like, we did this. He was like, he's still a really little kid, and he's like, we did this at church today, blah 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 blah, and he was like telling me like, if God did this, if God did that, and I was like, yeah. So I'd like go along with them because he's like, I can't just like be mean to the kid, and he was like, what if the minions were on the cross instead of Jesus? And I was like, the minions from Despicable Me? And he's like, yeah, what if they put the minions on the cross? And I'm like clearly this kid has no idea. He doesn't even know what's going on with the Bible.
No.
He's like super excited, enthusiastic about like God and Christianity, but he has no idea what the fuck's going on. He doesn't even know why Jesus died on this cross. And I was like, I don't know if the minions died on that'd be bloody and bad, I guess. I don't know. That would suck for the minions.
That's so funny.
It was just like so weird the way
Yeah,
little kids perceive Christianity.
That's how I felt like whenever they explained that. So I was like 7 when I accepted Christ
Yeah.
for whatever. Because they basically just shove it on you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
And they made it seem like super cool if you did it. And then everyone would like, it basically was like your birthday. Everyone would like give you
Yeah.
high fives and hug you and like cry and
Well,
shit.
I remember I got baptized, but I don't know like.
Well, my church fucking takes it to a whole new level.
Okay.
If you just accept Jesus into your heart, they'll fucking like rain praises on like. So I just did it to like get some clout. Like I didn't even fully understand.
You're just
I was
trying
like,
to get some followers on Instagram.
I was just like, I just did it because I just did it because I was like, oh, so if I die, I don't really die. Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, well,
and then, like,
sign me up.
Right. And then everyone was like, yeah, Shane, look at me. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like,
You're
I'm
like,
getting
I know,
attention.
I'm the best. I'm literally the best. I know.
I know. I'm bigger than Jesus right now.
Yeah. And they go, whoa. I meant like this moment is big. You know what I meant.
Like,
the John Lennon was like, no, I meant the albums are more popular than Jesus. I would never say that we're better than Jesus.
oh.
And then like he made an album about where he said he doesn't believe in God or anything. And he's like, I only believe in my family and I want nothing else.
Well, back then, everyone had to believe in God,
Yeah.
or else it was weird. All right, well, we should probably wrap this up. This has
Yeah.
been long.
This is a long one because we
didn't-
wanted to talk about religion.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We talked about the taboo subject, but before we should go, I personally don't give a shit if people are Christian or Jewish or
I don't.
Muslim. I don't really care.
I try to keep an open mind about people, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like pushing my stuff.
I
on
literally care about if you're nice.
people. Yeah. I judge you as a person.
If you didn't click off this video and you're still here, just know I actually
We love
don't care
you.
what you believe
Okay.
in. I literally sincerely mean that I don't care.
Same. I don't.
We're just two
I judge
non-believers.
I judge you
Bonding.
your personality, not your
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah. I mean, if you push it on me constantly and I say no, I'm gonna be mad. But
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, then I don't see why I would care.
Also, like, if I ever try to fuck with you, it's a joke. If I'm ever like, yeah, God's not real.
Don't be too mean, Shane. Be nice. Boy.
No, I only do it to people I know who can like
You can take
who
it.
can take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
All
see
right,
you guys. Love you.
Let's wrap it up. Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.